Welcome to Timeless Bible Diary. Today, we're exploring in the shadowed corridors of heaven and the forgotten depths of the abyss. Three celestial beings wield power beyond mortal comprehension. Michael, the sword of God, stands unwavering, his golden armor gleaming with divine fury as he prepares for the final war against the fallen. Gabriel, the messenger of miracles, walks softly among mankind, his silver voice weaving prophecies that shape empires and destinies alike. But then there's Abaddon, the forsaken one, the angel whose name was erased from the sacred texts, the harbinger of ruin who dwells in the bottomless pit, bound by chains of divine wrath. When an ancient seal is broken and the whispers of the apocalypse stir, these three angels find their fates intertwined in a celestial conspiracy older than time itself. Why was Abaddon condemned? What secret does Gabriel carry that could unravel heaven's order? And will Michael, the great defender, stand with God or against him? As the veil between realms tears, the final battle looms, and the forgotten angel rises. Prologue: The Lost Name. The scrolls of heaven were not always complete. Some names were erased, some histories rewritten. In the grand archives of the celestial host, where golden light illuminated the records of every angel's deeds, one name had been scraped away, leaving only a charred mark where ink once bled into parchment. Abaddon. The scribe angels dared not whisper it. The seraphim turned their many eyes away when the void where his name should have been caught their gaze. Even the Archangel Michael, heaven's unshakable general, clenched his fist when the memory surfaced because he had been there when the judgment was passed. He had watched as the bright and terrible Abaddon was cast down, not into hell with the rebel Lucifer, but into a deeper darkness, the bottomless pit, a prison meant for those even the fallen feared. But now, something stirred in the abyss, a tremor in the foundations of creation. And far below, in the silence between worlds, chains began to rattle. The messenger's secret. Gabriel stood upon the windswept cliffs of Patmos, where the exiled prophet John had once dreamed of the end of days. The air here was thick with revelation, with the echoes of things yet to come. The archangel's silver wings shimmered faintly, veiled from mortal eyes, as he unfurled a scroll that no human hand had written. "It is time," a voice whispered, not in his ear, but in his spirit. Gabriel's serene face tightened. He had delivered the announcements of ages, the birth of kings, the coming of the Messiah, the doom of empires. But this message was different. This one was not for mankind. It was a warning, and it bore Abaddon's seal, the warrior's doubt. Michael's sword blazed with holy fire as he cut through another wave of demonic hordes at the edges of the Silver City. The war against the fallen was endless, but he had never faltered until now. Lately, his dreams were not of battle, but of a voice from the abyss, a voice that whispered his name like a brother. "You remember, don't you, Michael?" The truth they buried. He awoke in a cold fury, his celestial armor scorched as if by unseen flames. The other angels noticed. The loyal Serial, his second in command, placed a hand on his shoulder. "You are troubled, my lord." Michael said nothing, but deep within, a question festered. What if heaven's greatest warrior had been lied to? The key to the pit. On Earth, a scholar of forbidden texts uncovered a fragment in the ruins of Babylon, a clay tablet etched with symbols older than Babel itself. It spoke of an angel of the abyss who was neither fallen nor faithful, but something else entirely. A being who had seen the face of God and wept. As the scholar traced the symbols, the ground beneath him trembled. Shadows lengthened without a source. And from the darkness, a voice smooth as poison honey spoke. "You have called, and I have answered." The scholar's scream was lost in the wind as the shadows swallowed him whole. The gathering storm. High, in the celestial realms, the throne remained silent, but the host of heaven felt the shift. The stars themselves seemed to flicker. Gabriel sought Michael, finding him at the edge of the Empyrean, staring into the void. "He is waking," Gabriel said softly. Michael's grip on his sword tightened. "Then we must be ready." But Gabriel's eyes held sorrow. What if we were wrong about him? A distant thunder rolled, and for the first time in eternity, the gates of the pit groaned open. The prophet's nightmare. In the city of Jerusalem, a blind seer named Eliam woke screaming. His empty eyes had seen